To begin with, what is this? This is a 6-video long series on turtle soup. Why? The reason is because there is not a lot of publicly published research on the subject of turtle soup. I often see people in the comment section on various social media outlets asking, where do I learn turtle soup? How do I study false breakouts? And the truth is, there's not many sources that teach turtle soup properly / false breakouts. And this is why I intend this to be the official source and the official answer to the question, where do I learn turtle soup? The answer is this video and this series. What I'm going to go through is the turtle soup basics, right? So all the basics to build a strong foundation of understanding what is turtle soup, how to trade turtle soup, when to expect turtle soup to happen, because we know time is more important than price when it comes to trading, right? We don't trade price, we trade time first, then price. So when is turtle soup going to happen? How to put the stop loss on a turtle soup if you were to trade, and so on. And I will touch on the $1 million FVG model, which is a model of mine I developed. That will be spoken about in the later episodes. To preface this, what's the best way to study this material? The answer is by unfollowing and unlearning everything you've previously learned. The retail world of trading is full of garbage, right, when it comes to technical analysis. And the unfortunate reality is that most of you watching, or a lot of you, are going to be polluted by previous false information, whether it's RSI, whether it's MACD, whether it's Elliott wave, harmonics, supply and demand, the watered down SMC, right? Wyckoff, all of that. So everyone is polluted to some extent, even I am. But you must choose to unpollute yourself and learn the correct way. So if this is the first thing you learn about trading is this series, then you're lucky because you have a clean slate. Your brain is clean, it's ready to learn. Otherwise, you must unlearn everything you know and submit to the knowledge within the series. It is going to be difficult unlearning everything. But once you clean your brain off of that garbage, and you're ready to encrypt this information instead, then once you see it, you can't unsee it. So in summary, unlearn everything you know. That's number one. Number two is avoid multiple sources of information. If you're going to learn from me in this series, or from my Twitter, Telegram, YouTube, my website, anything, choose one mentor and stop strategy hopping. All right? The specialist is always more valuable than a jack of all trades. Right? So be a specialist. In turtle soup in this case. Those are the two main points, which is unlearn everything, clean your brain, and avoid multiple sources of information. All right? That aside, it is now time for you to grab a cup of coffee or tea or milk, water, whatever you want, whatever you can afford. And let's get right into it. What is turtle soup? From scratch. And this this series is going to go through some basic information which you may know already or may not know. That doesn't mean you skip it. A reminder is the best teacher. The more times you repeat something, the better you get at it, right? Whether it's surgery, whether it's you're a carpenter, you're an electrician, an engineer, a trader, whatever you are. The more times, the more reps you get in of something, the more professional you get, the more details you notice, right? So this is both for my public and private mentees. If you are part of the public following of me, then this is for you. If you are a private mentee, you'll see some things which are familiar, but not everything, right? There's more privately, of course. But all of you, public and private, you must pay attention and revise. Right? It won't be that long. It'll be like 10-15 minutes per video. Right? But pay attention. Put everything away and pay full attention to the video. Right? And study these videos. Don't watch them just for fun. Watch them with a notepad in hand to note the important things that I'm saying. All right? What is turtle soup? Turtle soup is, in short, a false breakout or a false breakdown. Mechanically speaking from a perspective of the market makers, it's the action of deliberately pushing price above an old high or pushing price below an old low with the goal of filling large orders in order to move price. Yes, that was a mouthful, and yes, I will elaborate. The markets are controlled, right? And in order for the markets to be controlled and to move at all, you need to have false breakouts and false breakdowns. When I first went into trading, I had many options in front of me. I had Wyckoff, Gann, harmonics, elite wave, supply and demand, classic price action, highs and lows, Dow theory, right? And they all work to an extent. They offer you a 50-60% accuracy rate. But I wanted the most accurate, most correct, most objective way of trading. And I ended up with discovering turtle soup, false breakouts, false breakdowns. Right, so they will happen as long as the algorithm runs. Because you know the market is controlled by an algorithm. Right. As long as the markets are open for trading, there will be a turtle soup. Always. Right? Price will always dig into an old low to rally and dig above an old high to dump. Always. Right? Why? Because 90% or more of the market participants, and I'm talking about the hedge funds, the deep pockets, not me and you. No, not the average trader with his $100 broker account. Nope. 90% of traders, retail traders, they have systems designed to catch trends. Right? And that is exactly why 90% lose, right? Because most digs into old highs and below lows are false moves, right? Don't believe me? Go investigate, go look in the charts, and you'll see this as a reality, right? So if you're having doubts as to, is this strategy for me? Is this the correct thing to follow? Do I want to invest time and effort into it? The answer to all of those questions is Yes, go investigate. Go do something. If you want this to be a silver spoon feeding, then you can quit this video, exit right now, go follow any random scammer mentor you have on social media. There's plenty of them. There's no end. There's anyone every day, right? Go and enjoy strategy hopping. Good luck. Now that we have those people out of the way, for those who are seeking the truth of the charts and the truth of the markets, this is the way. Turtle soup. Everything you ever do is based on false breakouts and false breakdowns. All of it. Here's an example of a bearish turtle soup. So we have an old high, and then we have a decline, and every single old high has above it what? Buy stops, right? What does that mean? That means the people who sold short, the traders who sold short above this high and profited on the way down, have their stop loss over here, right? Also, you have new buyers viewing this as a resistance level, placing their buy orders above the old high, right? So as soon as we break above the old high, they want to buy, right? The classic breakout strategy. It's very well known in the retail world. What happens is both of those people will get knocked out, and then the move will happen, right? So price stabs into the old high, stopping out anyone who was short and enticing new long positions above the high. When those two objectives are met, price will dump. Will get knocked out, and then the move will happen. After everyone is knocked out of their positions, price goes the original intended direction. A live chart example, and this is something I call live. It's not some hindsight garbage, right? Most of these examples are things I either traded live or call, and the truth of the markets. This is the way. Turtle soup. Everything you ever do is based on false breakouts and false breakdowns. All of it. Here's an example of a bearish turtle soup. So we have an old high, and then we have a decline, and every single old high has above it what? Buy stops, right? What does that mean? That means the people who sold short, the traders who sold short above this high and profited on the way down, have their stop loss over here, right?
Buyers.
Also, you have new buyers viewing this as a resistance level, placing their buy orders above the old high, right? So as soon as we break above the old high, they want to buy, right? The classic breakout strategy. It's very well known in the retail world. What happens is both of those people will get knocked out, and then the move will happen, right? So price stabs into the old high, stopping out anyone who was short and enticing new long positions above the high. When those two objectives are met, price will dump. After everyone is knocked out of their positions, price goes the original intended direction. A live chart example, and this is something I call live. It's not some hindsight garbage, right? Most of these examples are things I either traded live or call live on Twitter. In this instance, I called it live on Twitter. Homework is for you to discover which chart is this. Now, we have an old high and we have a decline. As soon as this happens, then dumb money has their stop loss up here. They're short, right? They view this as a, hey, you know what? Price fell down from this position, this level over here, right? That means it must be a strong resistance. So I'm going to place my stop loss up here and just ride the trend down here. And if it breaks above that old high, that means we're bullish, and I'm going to buy up here. Right, so this buy stops above the old high. Price is going to stab. They're going to push price above the old high. Stop out everyone who was short and a stop loss up here. So they made money on the way down, but they didn't take profit, which is why they were knocked out, right? Stop loss, stopped out. New longs enticed, right? Generation of liquidity over here. That's one of the ways of generating interest in the markets is above old highs and below old lows, right? So stab into the old high and dump. Another example, old high, stab into it, everyone's bullish, everyone's stopped out, and it dumps. Bearish turtle soup, old high, buy stops, short over here, it dumps, stop loss up here because it's a safe resistance, quote unquote, level. We stab into it and we dump. Right, breakout buyers, they're all stuck in this wick, which is logically it makes sense, right? Which is, hey, price rejected from this old area. It's a strong resistance. Wrong. That's exactly why it's not a good resistance, right? Turtle soup and dump. Bullish turtle soup, the exact opposite, right? So sell stops below old low. Whoever profited on this move on the way up is going to place their stop loss down here. They're going to push, price is going to push into the old low, stopping them out, scaring them away from entering again. Enticing shorts, hey, it broke the previous support level, right? Wrong, turtle soup, rally. Old low, bounce, buy over here, stop loss down here. It must be safe. No, it's not. Stab into the old low. Excuse me. Turtle soup, rally. Same thing over here. Old low, right? Lots of liquidity down there.